So do you want to be flexible or do you want to be mobile? I have a lot of people tell me as part of their goals that they want to become more flexible. And today I'm going to unpick the difference between the two, but crucially, why we should care. Why should we care about being flexible versus mobile or vice versa? So let's start with the definitions and then we're going to put them into practice for you. So flexibility, first of all, is the ability of a muscle to lengthen passively. So that's without muscle engagement. So like if you were to bend over now and try and touch your toes. Mobility refers to the ability of a joint to move actively, that's with muscle engagement, through a full range of motion. So if those kind of definitions meant nothing to you, then try this little test with me now and you can sort of see for yourself what the difference is. So stand on one leg for me, you can hold on to something if you want to, so no falls please, and lift up one knee as high as you can to the sky. Now that is your mobility, how high that knee can lift, and that's because your muscles are engaged to hold that knee there. Now take your hands and place them onto your shin and draw that knee as close into the chest as you can, and you'll probably find that you can draw that knee in closer. We've switched off the muscles there. There's not a lot of muscle engagement to do that, and that is the flexibility for that specific move. So why should we care about this difference between flexibility and mobility? Is one better for health, and should one feature more in part of our goals? And before I tell you this, make sure you head down to the description, click on the link there, and I have some free guides to send you, a getting started guide and also a get fit plan, and I would love to be landing in your inbox in the next couple of minutes. Okay, so this is why we should care about flexibility versus mobility. So flexibility does contribute to mobility, but crucially, if you are just flexible without being mobile, then it decreases the stability of the joint. And this obviously has consequences perhaps for us as we then get older. We want to be able to move with strength and with stability as we get older. Another thing to consider as part of that as well is if there is decreased mobility, then the research suggests that there is an increased risk of injury. Because just have a think about all of the different movement patterns that you go through in your life and in your day. You probably bend and twist and squat and lift. And if you put your body through an unpredictable, a different or a quick range of movements that's outside of its normal range of motion, then injury is more likely. So what could we do about this? How could we become more mobile, more flexible? Well, for instance, you could actually just start squatting. As you start to squat, you'll find that over time, your nervous system, your proprioception, which is knowing where you are in space, will all improve. You'll strengthen the muscles, your squat will get deeper, which is flexibility. And so we don't have to just sit in stretches or just do like weights. We can work through ranges of motion to build strength, to build stability, and to build flexibility. So that's just one example why we might want to focus on mobility and not flexibility. But my key advice for you is do everything. Do all sorts of movements. So twist and stretch for long amounts of time, for dynamic movements, dance, play, practice yoga, run, lift weights, warm up and stretch and squat. I'm running out of ideas. Do them all. Expose your body to all sorts of movement patterns, because when we move better, we can better able to enjoy our lives. I hope you've loved this, and I hope you are sat there thinking, I'm going to get more mobile. Click on the next video and let's keep learning together.